Traceability. Consumers want to know what they are eating. Dutch horticulture produces the safest food in the world. Although other countries aren't always in the same league, our food, especially in Western countries, is generally safe. However, consumers sometimes still worry about residue on vegetables and fruit. In order to prevent unsafe food, European legislators have put laws and legislation in place, such as the General Food Law and food safety. The legislation offers consumers insight into products' origin and how they were grown. It is imperative that we are always able to recover what has happened to our product, where it is, and what condition it is in. Nobody in the food sector can avoid tracking and tracing. Consumers are increasingly interested in sustainability and the consequences that products have on mankind and the environment. They want to know where their food comes from and how it was produced. That way, they can assess what the CO2 footprint of their consumptive behavior is. More and more often, producers are requested to offer insight into this, so that consumers can make a calculated choice. This too requires that products are traceable. Fruit and vegetable entrepreneurs also have an interest in tracking and tracing. A lot of time and effort goes into the quality of their apples, tomatoes, bell peppers, and potatoes. Naturally, they don't want them to end up on the shelves spoiled or damaged. Ultimately, any unnecessary loss of quality in the chain can lead to a product not being sold. This will result in a decrease in turnover, image damage, or unnecessary damage to your trade relationship. Tracking and tracing helps prevent this from happening. Traceability requires that the information supply is current and correct. Information is important to the consumer and to all parties in the chain. The product is handled and processed by various parties in the chain, all of whom apply extreme care and professionalism. Still, due to unforeseen incidences, delivery dates and even the quality of the product are at risk. This can be caused by, for example, extra waiting times caused by traffic jams or hitches in the cooling system, as a result of which the condition of the product cannot be guaranteed in the long run. This could lead to the product being damaged, or it could affect its fresh label. By informing each other in a timely fashion, you will have a chance to act on it and make adjustments. A product that hasn't been adequately cooled during transport could, for instance, be displayed on the shelf sooner so that the quality is not compromised. Moreover, if information is current and quick, trade partners will have more insight into what could happen in the chain. In turn, by using these learning moments, it will be possible to manage the chain better and more efficiently in the future. In view of sales, this can only have a positive outcome. What can you do to achieve an adequate supply of information? The first step that you as a fruit and vegetable entrepreneur can take to further perfect the exchange of information is to use the GS1 pallet label, the digital shipment and production history statement. The pallet label can be seen as the pallet's license plate. It's the same for everybody, and everybody can directly include the pallet into their own system for further processing. By using the pallet label in the chain early on, you will be able to perfectly follow your articles throughout the chain. You can inform your trade partner about the pallet's content by sending him a digital shipment statement as soon as the pallet is loaded onto the truck and leaves the site. That way, your client will know exactly what the content is, its expected time of arrival, and all other relevant information so that he can initiate his receiving process. This can lead to, among other things, less waiting time at delivery. Another advantage of the pallet label that shouldn't be underestimated is that everybody can reuse it. You no longer will have to remove the old label and replace it with your own pallet label. Imagine what kind of savings that can lead to. The production history statement allows you to inform your client about MRL residues and therefore prove that the product he will be receiving meets the agreed-upon standards. A grower can use the production statement to keep the buyer informed at all times about which pesticides were used and when they were used. This way, the sales organization can specifically act and proactively organize its planning. The GS1 data bar has started to play an increasingly important role for consumer products. Besides identifying an article and quickly scanning it at checkout, you can add additional information with the GS1 databar. Retailers are presently researching which information they would like to include in the GS1 databar in order to improve service to consumers. Besides best before dates, this could mean information about origin, crop history, recipes, and so forth. Consumers can read this information by scanning the GS1 databar with their smartphone. As you can see, it only takes a few simple applications to be able to track and trace products. All partners in the chain can benefit from the speed and efficiency in the processes and therefore reduce costs. Traceability allows us to anticipate the consumer's wishes and demands, which will increase demand for our fruit and vegetables at good prices.